Hey everyone, welcome to Ground Up, coming to you from the Level Wellness Studio here at the Nashville Fit Magazine Penthouse in Brentwood, Tennessee. We are the show that likes to tell stories of businesses coming from pain or pivot. I am one of your hosts here, Terry Barga, and I'm here with my awesome co-host and good buddy.
Oh, Roy Mangrum. I was looking at the pain and pivot. That's good. I like
You
that.
like that one?
That's good.
I literally just wrote that before you came. I was hoping it would work.
Very good.
Ideally, we're teaching y'all there are no failures, only lessons. So that is the point of this podcast. We love to tell stories of other businesses and founders, but we don't have anybody as a guest today. It's me and Roy.
We have John Cena.
John. Sitting right here on the couch.
Nobody got that?
Nobody got that.
Since they are in town tonight,
Yeah.
by the way.
Are they?
Actually, let me text Seamus.
Oh, you know a guy who knows a guy?
You don't know who Seamus is?
I do. I feel like I do. Who? Help me here. You know how bad I am with names. It's not fair. On the podcast today,
Let's see if he's
on the show, we are going to get back and finish our 10 things that require no talent at all. But before we do that, we're going to get this. Roy and I are going to catch up here a little bit, as I'm trying to kill dead time while you wait on a text message.
Sorry, I was texting.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. Since we can't have John Cena
yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Last time we spoke, we did the first 4 out of the 10 things that require no talent at all, and then we headed off on vacation. So before we get back into it, I would like to catch up with you because I know you came back from your vacay and you went neck deep in business. So tell me, your busy season, what's going on over at Barbell?
We're busy, very busy.
It's great.
It's kind of the tip. I mean, it's a little busier than, this time of year is a busier season. The busy season for us is the last quarter of the year.
Yeah.
Right? Christmas and stuff. But, I mean, just doing really, really, really pushing custom. And because of that, we're way up right now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's the, you do all this to fix this problem, and then now you're just like, oh, well, now we got to go hire some more people, and we got to fulfill all the orders that are. So it's good. I mean, it's what I want. It's the direction. There's a couple of things I'm doing in the business that are big changes from how we've operated the first 10 years.
Yeah.
Just looking at the landscape of things and going, some of these things don't work like they used to, so we're going to do some other things. We got some new software last week that gives us the ability to build stores for businesses.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
And it's almost hands off. So the business can come to us. We can build out the store for them. We handle everything from fulfillment, everything. Once a month, we send them a report. Here's what you sold. Here's what we owe you. Here's a check. They can also, if they want to be more hands-on, they can go in and do they can do design. All the design's built in. You can upload your logos. It'll automatically vectorize them for you.
What?
You can create everything inside. You don't have to make all the proofs. You upload the art, choose the shirts, and it'll make all the proofs for you. It's ridiculous.
I'm going to need this for NFM.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so
awesome.
Cool. So
that's really amazing.
Yeah, so it's really cool. I've been looking at it for a while, and I finally just pulled the trigger.
That will change
pay for itself.
Yeah, so that changed the landscape of your business, I would assume.
Very much.
A little more in the way of automation, taking out probably
a lot
35
of
or
manual stuff.
40% of whatever you're doing manually.
Yeah, it'll take out a lot of manual stuff. So
that's really cool.
I'm trying to get myself to where I can be hands off.
Yeah,
100%. We'll see if I can get it to that point. I'll always be involved, but I want to be not needed.
Yeah.
for the day to day.
For the radio listeners that may be listening to us for the first or second time here, give them a little bit of a flyover of what you do with Barbell Voodoo.
Yeah. So primarily since 2013, is that correct? Holy cow. Yeah, that's
time flies,
true.
man.
Since 2013, we've been a clothing brand, and we started primarily in the CrossFit realm.
Yeah.
I hate saying the word space. I hate when people say that word. In the CrossFit realm.
It's overused, yeah.
Yeah, it's overused very much. And then, as the strongman community and powerlifting and bodybuilding, all those different communities really started becoming more popular, we really started going to the Olympias and the Arnolds and some of those events and kind of branching out. Of course, we put on our own expo here in Nashville, which is not exclusive to any fitness regimen at all. It's everything's included.
Yep.
So we meet a lot of new customers that way. So that's been the primary focus. That would be online and events for the brand. About 3 years ago, we started doing custom work because we would just have a lot of gyms and business owners that knew we did shirts. They needed somebody that would come to us. We would help them out. We started promoting it really hard last year. And since we've been promoting it, like that part of the business is up like 60%, which is amazing.
That's awesome.
It's good. It's just now it's like trying to keep up with the volume and trying to figure out, like just what I was saying, like some of this stuff was very labor intensive. We have to find the automations to get some of that stuff off the plate so that you can continue to dream and come up with new things and new ways to do things. Yeah, you got to stay in that space, yeah. Otherwise, 8 hours a day I'm spent pushing buttons, right? And that's not what I want to do.
No, that kills a lot of energy.
Kills a lot of creativity.
Creativity.
But yeah, that's what we do in a nutshell. So we just took on some schools. We're doing a ton of stuff for schools. I had no idea how much money they would spend, like going into a school year. But boy, these schools, they buy a lot of stuff.
Wow.
So excited to do that for them, and just give them like fresh creativity too. Because you look at some of the businesses we deal with, gyms, and then like these schools, stuff's like pretty mundane. It's like the same designs every year. I'm like, some of these parents are here for 4 years.
Yeah.
If their kids playing football for 4 years, they need something different.
Yeah.
Different colorway or something. So getting them to branch out has been fun to see them open their eyes and go, oh, we can do that. You can do whatever you want.
They've never had that guy.
Never had that guy. So it's been fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're always slightly understating how amazing your business is. So I just want to double down on it. I think what you've been able to do, and the short time we've been working together, which is about 4.5 years, to watch the big steps that you've taken out, here recently. I don't know. It's very encouraging. It's why I call you all the time and try to get your first idea of the day out of your brain, so that so the rest of everybody else can have the leftovers. No, it's really, really cool seeing what you're doing. And Blake from one of our sister podcasts here on the network, from the Music City Mindset, he was stoked to tell me about that. About
the stores,
getting the store with you, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this thing with Roy. It's really, really cool." So, putting it all together. So
yeah, it's wild. I'm excited. I mean, it's a lot. It could be huge. We've already ran a couple of tests, and then before new software. Then when we got the new software, it was just night and day. Right. Like the automation piece is gonna be so much different. Here's this is being in the minutia, but you'll appreciate it. So like whenever we go to fulfill an order for someone, like if we were doing something for NFM, the order comes in that we have to go find the art,
right,
and pull it in and print it. Like with the new automation, when the order comes in, the art's attached. So you just right click and print. It's absurd.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's really neat.
So that's going to save you so much time.
Yep.
Dude, that's exciting.
It is exciting.
I
Very expensive, but it's very exciting.
Yeah, and it usually is, because the idea of automation is that you're likely replacing 2 to maybe 4 people, or hours wise.
Yeah.
And these businesses, the software companies, they know that.
Well, hey, it'll pay for itself very quickly.
Yeah, and that's the trick. So I mean, that's really freaking awesome. Really, really cool. So how was vacation for you? Like, I love connecting. I just came from a coffee meeting with a buddy of mine who owns a business, and prior to going on vacation, he and I were just like low energy, like, kind of like, I don't know, maybe whining is a good word. Which you've heard me do plenty of times. But coming back from he just came from vacation. I came from vacation. You were obviously gone. So what did you come out with? Any clarity, any new vision, anything fun? Aside from that tan you got?
Yeah, I did get a good tan.
You got nice
no,
stuff.
I mean, I think just like kind of unplugging and I can't totally unplug, but as much as I could. And it really just kind of gave me a little renewed energy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I came back and I was like, all right, I'm going to change the vision of how we're doing things. And, when I sell it to the staff, like, everybody was on board 100%, which I was shocked with, because that never happens.
I love that.
So I'm like, either I pitched it or they already saw it, which was cool. So, my business partner, Jeremy, I was like, oh, he's not going to buy any of this stuff. But he bought he's like, oh, dude, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I did a good job selling it. So
when do we get in our heads like that, by the way? Like, they come to trust us, right? They are obviously going where we lead.
Yeah.
But there's something, and maybe it's I hate to overuse a term. I hope it's, the term gets thrown around, imposter syndrome, where we don't feel qualified in that sense.
Sure. Absolutely. That's real. But I think too, like, for this piece of what I'm talking about, it's a drastic difference.
Sure.
We've done it a certain way for 12 years. And I'm like, hey, that thing we've always done? Yeah, we're going to totally flip that upside down. And
it's a little more risk behind it.
It's that there
seemingly,
is.
Seemingly, yeah.
But, I worked out all the numbers. So like when I presented it, I'm like, here's why. And if we do X, this will take care of itself over here and we'll be fine. And it's going to save, a ton of time, a ton of energy, and a ton of money.
Yeah, I love that.
So we'll see how it goes. But that's the plan.
So that's what came out of vacation. I like it.
Yeah.
We're going to get into a little bit more about that, and then start getting into our list, the rest of our list here from part 2 of 10 things that require no talent at all, right after this short break from our sponsors. And we're back from the break. All right, Roy, shall we get into this list?
But we shall.
There's a lot to unpack, and I know we're both going to have some stories. So
probably
let's get into part 2 of 10 things that require no talent at all. And if you're just now catching this show, part 1, we went through 4 of them, and now today we got to speed go through 6, and we may have a bonus one for you if time allows. So first one on the list today is energy. And I know this is going to look different for you, as it probably does for me. But Roy, what is the energy that you like to, where did you learn this in your, in the history of making Roy into an entrepreneur? How do you show up?
Probably my mother.
Yeah.
My mom, growing up, of course, we grew up really, really poor. And she had about 5 jobs growing up at the same time. And so just seeing, if she was there, she was giving them 100%.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've done as I've gotten older. You know, we talk about back in the day when we first started my business where, you know, I had a full-time job. I'm doing that all week. Sometimes during the week, you know, of course, during the week, I'm filling orders and doing all this. We'd go to a football game on Friday night because I got to be present, right, with my wife. We'd get done with the football game on Friday night. I'd get home at 11. My alarm would go off at 2:30. I'd get in the car and we'd drive 6 hours or something to an event.
Oh my goodness.
Be there 2 days, drive home Sunday, Monday morning, back at work. So, you know, yeah, it's tough and you get tired and stuff like that. But if you want it, you just got to do it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So mine was kind of beat into me.
Well, whichever way works.
Like, you're going to do this and you're going to like it, kind of. Is how and from my mom also. Yeah. My dad was much quieter with that type of stuff. You know, and I worked alongside my dad a lot. And there's definitely two sides to that, but it didn't really become something that I really realized was important until I was much more like client interaction. So when you go from working in a factory or working, you know, in a kitchen of, of a Pizza Hut or a, Ponderosa, you don't really talk to anybody. You're showing up and you're doing whatever the job is. But for me, it was interacting with customers where I realized that there is a switch you can flip.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you at least show them that you're listening and you can actually do what they're saying and you respond and, respond well, that they're super happy. I'm like, oh, this is very, very simple.
It is very simple. Because just be where your feet are.
Yeah, you just get your head. I don't think either of us would classify ourselves as extroverts.
Oh, God, no.
Right.
I'm 100% the opposite.
I know you are, and you're more so the opposite than me. I'd say that I'm a practiced extrovert, but I definitely need to shut off at some point.
Yeah.
Which you've heard me talk about that with boundaries and weekends and things like that. And I've got to refuel by sitting alone in silence.
Hey, sometimes.
Yeah. But that's where you get in your head, right? Like, oh man, I don't want to go do this thing with these people that I don't know, or even maybe I do know them and I still don't want to go. And then you remember, that some of that stuff does give you energy and it does help you. So it's a constant battle still, I think, for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But when leadership, I know it matters more, right? I'm on Jen about that. Like, show up and don't always show up with challenge. And if you are going to challenge, maybe you challenge me or challenge the idea. Let's do that on the side so that we don't really disrupt how we're showing up for the staff. And then if you are going to challenge in a way that makes it feel like a creative space, that energy matters, right? And how you do it. So next on the list is being coachable.
That one can be tough. That one I had to learn.
Did you get that one beat into you?
No. I just, I guess the world beat it into me.
Yeah.
Because it was
fair.
I thought I knew better most of my life. And it wasn't working at all. And then, especially, maybe it's just as you get older, like there's a lot of times where, and I also have to process it. So people will say something.
Yeah.
And then it's usually like a day later that I'm playing it back through my head and I'm going, okay, I see how that makes sense. Or, this happened 100 times with my business coach where he would say something about, well, that's dumb shit. That's stupid. And then a month down the road, something happens and I see where it applies. And I'm like, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Didn't get it then. It didn't apply at the moment. So I think it's, for some people it's a learned trait, but especially when we're real young and you may have went through this, like I can't tell you how many times an elder would tell me something, hey, don't do that. And I'm telling you from experience. I'm like, yeah, whatever, and now I look back and go,
what was I thinking? Yeah.
They were 100% right.
100% right.
You're right.
And that's how I think that's always how we end up learning it, especially the coachable part. Like, it's the one thing that when you're young and you have energy and an idea, but I come in contact with this all the time in the fitness industry. I have worked with young trainers for the last 20 years. And I would say 80% of them have told me at one point or another, I'm just going to do my own thing.
Go for it.
Which is great. But heed this advice, right? And they're usually saying that in response to advice that is from experience. So coachability is really, really important. And it's frustrating to watch people reject it. But hear us say that if you want to get anywhere in life, this is not a talent. This is a thing that you can practice being coachable. Try to get out of your own way on a lot of levels there.
100%. So,
for the sake of time, I want to skip right to kindness. This kind of goes along with energy. So you showing up with energy, at a job, kindness can kind of be that. It can and take that form on some level. But give us an example. And I think a great example comes in just customer service.
Yeah. So I would say kind but firm.
Yeah.
If someone on my staff does something wrong, I'm never, ever going to just go berate them. Like, hey, look, mistakes happen. No big deal. But here's how we do this. Whatever the process is, right? If it's continually ignored and we do it the wrong way, that's where the firm comes in. But I always start with the heart of a teacher.
Yeah.
I never learned from threats or, from my life in the corporate world where, God, are you stupid? It's that. I'm like, dude, I tune out.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I will punch you in the face.
Right.
But so I always want to approach someone how I would want to be approached.
Sure.
Not coddling, but understanding and kindness, but firm. So cool. Mistakes happen. No big deal. We can handle it. Here's how we'll do it going forward. And that's just with with my staff and stuff like that. Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, I get and you've met my dad, so this is a good correlation, but I got that from him.
Yeah. I can see that.
Always, super hard worker. But I never heard him say I'm too tired for that. Mm-hmm. Like always showing up and always just like, I honestly remember seeing him be kind to a coworker or, somebody at the job that we shared and seeing that for the first time, like, oh, that's weird. And because out of the house, it's just different, for me. So I learned it from my dad. I saw him flip the switch when he needed to be kind and, take on a situation, from that perspective and not from the stress or the pain or whatever he was feeling in that moment. So, and he was always kind of that parent that we'd always go to dad first to try to get things because dad's like, I don't care, try to keep everybody, all the kids happy. So I did learn the kindness from my dad and and I think you're right when you say firmness, and you've helped me with this a lot. This is that yin and yang in our relationship where there is a difference between being, kind and to the point where you can get pushed over.
Yeah.
What does that firmness look like? And sometimes I think that's clarity, like where the guardrails are, right?
That's it.
That's clarity. And then it's instruction. And maybe those two things are the same on some level, but or I guess discipline. So there's, there are consequences, good and bad, for not meeting the instruction that was clearly spoken to you, right? And you've helped me with that, and as a leader, so I appreciate that. So thanks.
Yeah.
Do we have time for one more? Let me look at the producer. Yeah, okay. We're gonna get into accountability. So what does accountability look like? I think let's go on two levels here, right? Accountability, where we learn it, What was the first time we had to answer for something that we did at a job? And then how do we teach it? So do you have an accountability story when you just screwed up so bad and you remember telling yourself, nope, I'm going to have to own this one?
No, I think I've always kind of, I've never liked the blame game.
Yeah.
And kind of my rule with my business is if it's a problem, it's my fault. If it's a win, it's their fault. Right. I don't take the wins, I don't want to credit for the wins. If it's a problem, if something's screwed up, ultimately I'll take it on my shoulders.
Yeah.
With accountability, like it goes back to the kind of being firm, we're going to address it first with, hey, stuff happens. We're all human. Nobody's perfect, but here's how I expect such and such done going forward. Now, if it doesn't get done, and I've had this discussion with you about, folks before. I'm like, hey man, I've given you a couple chances.
Right.
You don't seem to be doing anything different. So I'm going to go ahead and free you up to go do something else.
Go do what you love.
Yeah.
Because this isn't it.
Yeah. And it's nothing against that person. Not everybody's the right seat on the bus.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But, we have a certain way of doing things, and the way we want to get things done is for a bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't row in the same direction, you're slowing us down.
That's true. Yeah. Get out the boat.
Get out the boat. Yep. We'll drop you off at the dock.
Yeah. We'll at least give you that.
Yeah. We're not going to throw you out.
No, we won't throw you out. Yeah. So accountability. I remember it being pounded into my head as a youngster in youth group. We were, it's back in the day, I think we were all playing in rock bands, and probably 17 or 18 years old. And we just had a good group of guys that were always like looking out for one another. So we actually started a little bit of an accountability group, and that's the first time that I can remember being vulnerable with what what I remember that I could do better. Right. So we would do it almost to a point where it got a little bit annoying, because the leader of the band at that point would, every time after a show, would come up to all of us band members and like, sidebar right now. And then we would literally go through and talk about everything was wrong about that show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm feeling pretty good. Like I'm coming off. I got the endorphins. I'm the drummer, right? So I'm just back there smashing stuff. And then to sit there and be like, and now you want me to be attentive. Okay. But it was really good to understand. It taught me how to be introspective at a young age. Like, what can you own? What in that situation can you, could have done better? And you and I have had these conversations too when it comes to customer service. I think you hit the nail on the head when you're talking about accountability with like staffers. But when it comes to customer service, I think you do this excellently too. And that's where you own what you can own. Mm-hmm. The Royism I'll use here is can you fall on the sword? Like, is there something here that you can own? And that introspectiveness, right, is accountability, because in that moment you're leveling the playing field. And if you can own something on the call where where you're at odds with the customer, or something wasn't right about the service and how it was delivered, right? And you start with, hey, I just want to hop in here and apologize right out the gates for not doing this.
Takes away the anger immediately.
And it literally drops the guard.
Yep.
And then we can actually be
civil and have a conversation.
Solutions based.
Yep.
Exactly. So that is my accountability start. But you in seeing it in refinement, that's what it looks like from being introspective as a person all the way to how I feel accountability should be in leadership, all the way down to customer service. So that's another one that's, some people just want to be right.
Right's overrated.
Like I think that's when you know that there's a red flag with a certain personality, when there is no accountability, where there's nothing that they're going to say, oh, I did that wrong, you're right.
Yep.
Right.
And those people I usually just stay away from.
Yes. And I think that sometimes you've seen those people in advance of me, and you're like, hey, I would just,
oh yeah,
maybe steer clear.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. All right, we're gonna take another short break to hear from our sponsors. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna nail this list to the wall. So before the break, we were talking about accountability. Is there anything you want to add to that? Because I think that's out of the ones we've mentioned so far, that's the most complex one in my opinion.
Yeah, some people, for whatever reason, just can't take accountability.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but some people can't, and it doesn't mean you're wrong or a failure or whatever. It's just, hey, we're all human, right?
Yeah.
So if you mess something up, you just, hey, I messed it up, and that's that.
What do you think because we're talking about steering clear of people who can't take accountability, when you see it, like, what's it look like when it's coming at you? Like, what are some warning signs?
Oh gosh.
Because I can think of a few. I've got one right at the gates. Is like the person that talks in I's and not we's, in the sense of like almost everything is happening to them as opposed to for them.
Well, the victim thing, I can't.
Yeah.
I have no tolerance for. Where every single thing is against them and they are the victim of every circumstance and it's always someone else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to look at the situations as a collective and go, what is the common denominator in all of these? Chances are it's you. Failed relationships, failed businesses, whatever. It's not a bad thing. Just look at it and go, okay, I'm the common denominator. I'm the problem. Cool. Let me fix the problem.
Right.
What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Go from there. It's not a gotcha. It's not a,
see, I told you so.
It's none of that.
It's none of that.
The people that are just continually, oh, it's this person's fault. It's that person's fault. And they're out to get me. And I'm like, I can't.
Yep.
I'm too old at this point to.
There is something that happens.
I only have so many years left.
That's like,
those almost minutes are not going to get wasted.
That's almost a whole other podcast. It's like, what happens when you hit your mid 40s as a business owner? The tolerance for the BS.
That's a big one.
Is nearly empty.
Yeah. Oh, mine's past empty.
We won't get mad at you. We just will avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't get mad at all.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. I know where you stand.
Right.
And I will be over the opposite side of the room.
Working with you might feel like me smacking my head against that wall.
Which means I will not work with you.
I've done that too much.
Yep.
Done that way too much. No, that's a good one. I don't really know why or how. I think a lot of times that they're not that type of person. And I'm going to say, when I say that, I mean that type of person that is, things are happening to me and not for me, which means we're not pulling lessons out. We're not looking at the picture as a whole. We're not zooming out to, 30,000 feet and, really kind of assessing the situation. I don't understand really why that's so difficult to do that, aside from maybe they're surrounding themselves with people who think that exact same way.
That's part of it. And I think the other part's maturity.
Yeah, that's true.
Not 6 months ago, I was going through a thing in the business where it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Never once did I think, God, why is this happening to me? I'm like, okay, what lessons am I supposed to learn from this?
Right.
And just that different outlook helps you change the course.
Mm-hmm.
If you stay in the whole, why is this happening to me? Well, you're not doing anything to fix it. Figure out what it is, take action, move forward, and it'll get better.
Yeah, I think it's that. I definitely agree with that 100%. So that part is maturity. But I think surrounding yourself with somebody that can challenge the way you think
Sure.
will help with that maturity, right? Like that's the beginning. That's the genesis of me wanting to work with you, right? It's like I wanted to work with you because I want to surround myself with people, one, that are smarter than me, and two, people that are challenge the way I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you encompassed both of those things.
Well, being challenged isn't, again, some people take it as confrontation.
Well, 100%.
I think it is conversation.
Exactly.
You know, where I can spit out an idea and somebody poke a hole in it.
Right.
Like, oh, okay, well, let me put your twist on it. Now it's a much better idea.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. Cheers.
Maybe it is an initial thought for this is the first time you thought about it, but it's certainly not. I think it's definitely accumulated over time. And I don't want to be a dead horse with it, but I do think those are the key takeaways that I want everyone to hear thus far. Let's recap that. So for accountability, you do have to be a little bit introspective. You have to be able to look at yourself and say, when I look at these scenarios or these stories from the past 2, 3, 5 years of my life, what is the thing that is the most common in those situations? It's an easy question to ask, right? And you can't see it. Maybe ask somebody else, but you can't go into that conversation without having the other things that we've listed already in your quiver of.
Otherwise, when that person says you're gonna be like, man, why are you against me?
Yeah, you and everybody else. Exactly. So if you're not going into that conversation with kindness,
then just don't even go in that
being coachable, then don't waste your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the things. And if you're in business and you're working with somebody that there's a whole lot of things happening to them, maybe you steer clear. That doesn't mean you can't be their friend.
Yeah, you can still be their friend.
But maybe don't get tied into business dealings because you might regret that. All right, let's keep moving. Let's talk about effort, which effort to me feels a little bit like work ethic. But I think it's a little more situational, maybe a little more task-based. So in the world of Roy Mangrum, what does effort look like?
Be the first one there.
Ooh, okay.
On time is late.
It's true. I always worry if I show up somewhere before you.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
It rarely. I think it's maybe one time.
Yeah. No, I just think one of the things like when we started our business and I would, people would ask me, questions about starting a business and, all this. And I'm like, I am by far not the smartest person in the room.
Sure.
I am by far not the most talented, the most creative, nothing. But what I can do is I can be here first. And if I'm here first and I'm set up first, I get you just heard the conversation. I was on the phone with Jeremy. Guess who was there first today? He was.
I heard that.
He set up and he was like, yeah, so-and-so's not even, they just walked in the door. I'm like, just now? He's like, yeah, just now. I'm like, wow.
Right.
It doesn't take, it's not hard.
I'm always surprised when people, so Carrie and I do a lot of events and we've been in support roles for a long time, served at our church, all the whole 9 yards, right? I'm always surprised when someone pays a compliment based on effort. Because to me, it's like, no, this is what it takes, right? This is what it takes. Like,
but it's not common.
And I guess that's the part.
That's probably why you get the compliment.
Yeah, that's the part that it's kind of surprising that it's not more common.
Or sad.
Well, that I would say probably more that. But effort in general, I think looks like a lot of things, and it certainly looks like that. Like that's low hanging fruit.
Very low.
To overuse another term, that goes right along with work ethic, right? Like, or being on time. You're showing up first. Showing up first almost checks a bunch of boxes because there's the energy.
Yeah.
There's the effort.
Yeah.
Right. There's the work ethic. I think if you take effort and you put it a little bit more into a task, just say you're problem solving, right? If you're going to put all of your effort into solving that problem, that means that you're open to, again, some things are already on the list, right? Like coachability, open to getting other ideas outside of, your box, and then maybe even open to, I don't have the capacity to think this all the way through right now. I'm not giving this my best. What do I need?
Yeah.
Do I need rest?
Walk away.
Do I
Walk away. Come back to it later.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I need to go play Words with Friends for, 10 minutes to kind of regroup? Or maybe I need just a snack, Roy.
Yeah. Snacks help.
Snacks do help. So I think that's what effort looks like to me. Really just sitting down and like the phone's over here. There's no music playing or whatever. And I'm just like, let me laser focus on this, or let me go on a walk and just kind of like see if I can get that creative juice flowing in order to solve that problem. So, yeah. Effort, put it in. It's like a piggy bank.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
All right. We have one more, if you can believe it.
Yes.
I feel like
I'm listening.
Should be a drum roll. Don't give it away. We may have a bonus one, but we will see if we can have time for that one. So last on the list, Roy, I'm gonna let you do this one.
Listening.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah.
We're stupid. What you know about listening?
Again, could not be less effort.
That's true.
If you're engaged in the dialogue,
Yeah.
It's funny because sometimes you'll hear, and this has happened to me, be in a conversation with somebody, and they hit me with a response. I'm like, man, that was a canned response. They had that one in the chamber, and it didn't even have anything to do with what I just said. And I'm like, all right, well, let me go ahead and get off the phone.
Sure.
So, listening and figuring out like what needs to be addressed and be in the conversation.
Yeah.
No effort.
No effort at all. Do you think, or would you say that listening is different than being present? Are they one and the same? Or is it a way to be present?
It's part of being present. No, it's very close because, always I say be where your feet are, which is
exactly
being
that.
present. If I'm here doing a podcast with you, then I need to be here doing a podcast with you. I don't need to, have my computer sitting over here to the side looking at a spreadsheet. You know what I mean? Or
as
something.
Tempting as it might be.
As tempting as it is. But, listening to what you're saying and me responding to you, and it's common courtesy.
It's true. Well. It is. That's the best way to say it. Like it is. Maybe it's not even. It's respectful.
Respectful. Yeah.
Yeah. Respectful. To be present. Now, is it a challenge sometimes? Yes, because we're busy.
Sure. Yeah.
I think we hear that the most from people, and it's always like, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm really, really busy," as in sometimes an excuse. It also kind of feels like they're saying that you're not busy on some level.
Oh, yeah, that could be. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that too much. But the idea of listening and being present in that moment is, you're gonna have. That's like you said. You're gonna have to kind of kill something in order to pay attention. Yeah. And I hate when sitting in a conversation and someone starts talking and my mind goes to, oh yeah, my phone just went off. Oh, who was that? Oh man, I wonder if that was so-and-so. And I'm down the rabbit trail and I'm trying to bring it back as like, how much context did I just get from that person in order to put together?
Terry, what do you think? You're like,
yes.
What?
Oh my gosh. I'm so guilty.
I will say with my ADD,
yeah,
you have a short period of time
to get the point across.
Yeah. And don't repeat the same thing to me like 3 times.
Yeah.
Because I will tune out. I'm listening the first time.
Right.
The second time, I'm like, what's this jackass talking about?
Now we're talking in circles.
Yeah. The third time you say it, I'm like, all right, I got to go. I got to jump.
My favorite thing is when I've called you, I say, hey, did you see that email? And you're like, yeah. That was a lot of words. I was like, let me sum up for you.
Yeah, thank you. If it's 2 paragraphs, I'm not reading.
It's a lot. Sometimes it's way too much. Yeah. So listening, listening, being present. I think it looks like a lot of things. a couple of great tips. If it's hard for you to come out of a meeting with any context of what you heard, I think taking notes is a good idea. I actually prefer doing Zoom meetings because it will record it. And I have a little bit of a freak out when somebody sends me a Zoom link and I don't like, I'm like, well, I hope my recorder will hop on because I'm going to need to review all of this because I want to be in that conversation, right? I don't want to be thinking about the product. I don't want to be thinking about the sale, upsale. I don't want to be thinking about anything else. I want to hear about your business. I want in you telling me about your business. I want to try to understand your pain points. And then I also want to be able to give some solutions or drop some breadcrumbs so that everybody leaves that Zoom call feeling like they got something for nothing.
Yeah.
And I can't do that if I'm like focused on the phone or I'm, or sometimes even taking notes. That's why those AI note takers are so great for me. So that's definitely reshaped how I do my customer service and stuff like that. So we got one more break that we're going to take here, and then we're going to come back. We actually do have time, Roy, for your bonus.
All right.
Your
sure.
bonus talent or
go.
your bonus thing that takes no talent at all. And we will get to that right after this break. All right, back from the break. I can't believe we got all the way through it. I always love, by the way, hearing your stories too, because the stories with Uncle Roy are the best.
Uncle Roy.
Relate
story time. I feel like I should have a campfire and
a bourbon.
Yeah, whiskey.
And a little crackle of the fire in the background.
Back in my day.
It'd be like Mike Rowe on The Way I Heard It.
Oh, I love Mike Rowe.
I do too. I listened to him the other day, and Ezra's like, what word did he just use? And I'm like, exactly. That's why I like this show. He hates when I drop new words on him at dinner time. So on this bonus topic, this something, because I asked you about this before the show started, and it's popped right in your brain. So you had a recent experience with this subject matter, or is this just something that you saw?
No recent experience.
Okay, well. All right. Well, the bonus one we have for to wrap up our 10 things that require no talent at all. And if you're counting, this would be number 11. It's humility.
Yeah.
So how do you define humility, Roy?
Being humble. I mean, come on. What's the rapper's name? I should know. I should have been prepared. Is it Kendrick?
Oh,
Kendrick
it is
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. You should play that here. No, I mean, just, people that are flashy and showy offy and stuff like that, it's kind of irritating.
Sure.
There was a thing I read the other day, or was it a TikTok? Who knows? It all runs together.
You can read on TikTok.
But it was talking about being in a room of entrepreneurs, and they said, if you're walking into a room of entrepreneurs, everybody's there in a suit, and then there's a guy in a t-shirt sitting in the back. That's the one you need to worry about.
Interesting.
And I'm like, oh shit, okay. That's exact. I mean,
that's
it. He's not there to impress anybody. He doesn't really.
That's a great analogy.
It doesn't care.
Yeah.
He does his thing. He doesn't need your accolades. He doesn't need you to tell him good job. Doesn't need the outside. And that, that's kind of how I am. I don't like, doing a podcast is not my favorite thing to do. As you know.
You come a long way.
Yeah. I don't like being on camera. I don't like doing any of this stuff.
No, I know.
But, I don't need the pat on the back.
Right.
I'm confident I'm doing a good job, and the only person I'm trying to make happy is me.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm going to challenge you on that because that's not entirely true of you. And this is your humility speaking. You do actually like to help people. And I think.
No, I didn't say I don't like to help people.
No, I know. But like you being in the background I think that's an attribute to your humility that you're on camera. It's a weird way to say it, but if it makes any sense, that you're so hell bent on helping people that you'll come out of your comfort zone and hop on a microphone and share what you know.
Sure. That's fine. I'll take that.
That's my challenge.
Yeah, I do like, I mean, I like to help people, but like also it's
not your favorite.
Yeah. No, I mean,
the camera part.
The camera part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if this was a conversation on the phone, that'd be fine too.
Sure.
Like I don't need afterwards somebody to make a post.
Yeah.
Oh, Roy. No, I don't. Screw that shit.
Which I do all the time.
Don't tag me.
Tagged Roy, my business partner, posted it on Facebook not too long ago.
Yeah.
But I am thankful. So there is that.
Well, I appreciate it, but
I know.
That's just not my.
No, I know.
And that's why I look at humility. It's like, it's just you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You don't do it for the accolades. Don't do it for the attaboys and all that stuff. And all the cool stuff follows.
Sure. Yeah. And I think it's humility was such a great one because I think that punctuates the sentence of this entire conversation, right? Like that is the final, that's the period at the end of all of this, because you can't be coachable if you don't have humility, right? It's hard to bring the energy if you have some sort of, humbleness,
kindness,
and kindness. You certainly have to be humble. Accountability, these are all a product of humility. And I think it's okay. There's a difference to me. And I remember talking to one of our previous podcast hosts about this. And he's just like, because he caught a lot of flack for being what I would say, or what he would coin as cocky. Mm-hmm. And I was like, there's a difference here. There's a difference between being cocky and being proud, right? You can be proud because there's a level of, that's confidence. There's some confidence in there being able to actually back things up, right? You're taking it to another level if you're taking that confidence and you're just putting it in people's face on the regular. That's when we take that step from confidence and being proud of actual hard work that's been achieved, and now you're making it unavoidable in people's face all the time, and it's all you want to talk about. That's when we get to cocky.
So, funny cocky story. I remember I'm talking to somebody, and I mean, they were just throwing out everything, right? How just being very cocky, right? They've done this, they've done that, and no matter what I've done, they've done, 5 times over, whatever, which is fine. And I said, I just stopped him. I go, who are you trying to convince, me or yourself? And I left it at that. Got very quiet.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, like with the cocky, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Like being proud, like you don't need.
There's a difference.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
If you're cocky, then you're wanting someone else to tell you how great you are and how great you're doing and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Something inside you's empty.
Yep. I would agree with that 100%. And I've had a similar conversation even recently, like in the last 3 weeks. It was the same type of thing, sitting in a conversation where I was interviewing somebody for sales, and it just kept looping it back to, I can sell, I'm blah, 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 and all the things that they've done. I'm like, you're overselling yourself here. Mm-hmm. Like you're talking too much about what you're capable of and not enough about how you're going to achieve it. Mm-hmm. And if that's how you're going to go and talk to all these customers, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to overpromise and underdeliver. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to go overpromise for me and then underdeliver, you're actually going to make me look bad. So we want to spin that. Like if you want to talk about anything, you want to, with such passion, talk about their business. Talk about what you appreciate about their business and how they built it. And then maybe offer some solutions as to how you can see marketing done better. Yeah. Right. So that's how, that's how wild. So it was very interesting to be in that. And I just got annoyed.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's going back to our age and our experience. You just get annoyed at the end of the day. It's like, what are we doing here?
Like, yeah. Well, why are we still on this call?
This feels like a waste of time.
Yeah. I'm done. Thank you.
Oh man. Well, speaking of being done, I have enjoyed doing this series. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's 10 plus 1 things.
10 plus 1 things. if you apply these 10 plus one things, you will, you will, I think you will stand to be at least a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Centered, I guess.
I was going to say in tune, but
that's
centered,
the word I was. Yeah, I would. That's better. That's better.
Is in tune one word or is that two words?
It's a hyphenated word, I believe.
Hyphen.
But yeah, in tune. You'll be more introspective. You will be able to find solutions faster. You will be able to work in a group faster, and it will definitely affect your leadership. So if you're already in a leadership role, maybe you got that shiny degree, right? Or you got that PT certification, or you're already, captain of your business, and you're driving the ship down this, through the water. I was gonna say down the road, but you can't drive a ship down the road.
You could if it's on a trailer.
No, that's fair. Yeah. That's a whole other analogy. I feel like you're going to do better by understanding these principles, right? These things that require no talent at all. So excited for you all to check out the part 1 of this so that you can put it all together. So if you get a chance to do it, go back and do that. Roy, do you want to leave the people with anything before we hop out of here today?
I only had 10 plus 1 things and we just covered them all.
You're literally, I just left you 6 things.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, as always, if you found this episode at all to be helpful, useful to you, that we ask that you like it and subscribe, and then maybe share it with a friend or two. That would help us tremendously. We really appreciate you tuning in. And on behalf of Spread the Positive, Nashville Fit, my homeboy Roy Mangrum, and myself, we thank you for being on the show, and we'll catch you on the next one.